Howdy folks. I figured I'd start the show differently tonight. Can you guys all hear me and everything? Cool. All right, let me take this stuff off. All right. Okay, that was played, I guess just a backing track I found on iTunes, and with the Les Paul Traditional, which has a nice chunky neck on it. I was kind of partial to the 60s style necks, which are a little thinner, but the more I play with that one and my Friedmans, which have a bigger neck, I'm getting used to that style, and I really like it. So now I'm on the hunt for a new, well, not new, if I can find a used one, it'd be awesome. I want an R9. So, as some of you are aware, maybe you're not aware, this year is my 50th birthday coming up, and I want to get something that is going to be that one guitar that's going to be with me for the rest of my life type of thing. And right now it looks like that R9 is what I'm eyeing. So we'll have to wait and see. My wife wants to get it for me, and the problem with that is I kind of like to play the guitar first to see, because you never know, right? Every Les Paul is different. So I want to play them and see which one I want, but I know she wants to just walk in one day with a nice case and, you know, happy birthday type of thing. So yeah, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right, let me get to the chat here quickly and see who's in. Looks like we've got quite a few people in already. That's awesome. Let's see who was first this week. Denny Allen. Denny Allen gets the prize for the first one in the chat. Sorry, I don't have a prize for you, but I am working on that actually. I'll come up with something. Bam Ozzy, nice to see you. There he is, nice and early as well. Bearded Blues dude, you made it in, nice. Janice, how's it going, Janice? Hopefully you're getting some better weather up your way. Gary Holt, California dude, lucky. I want to go to California. Oh well, someday I'll get out there. That's one place I've never been and I always wanted to go. I would have liked to gone in the 80s when it was like really that Sunset Strip era, you know, when all that stuff was happening. That would have been awesome, but I was just a teenager back then, and living in a small town in New Brunswick, and that was like, California was the other side of the world for me, and there's no way I was getting out there right away anyway. But cool place from what I heard. Let's see who else we've got in here. We've got Ben Coombs. How's it going, Ben? Nice to see you. Ben and I think Absolute Mayhem went out to see Guitar Hack this weekend. Guitar Hack was playing out their way. I went to see him on Sunday. He was playing about 20 minutes away from where I live, just south of where I live in Bolton. He was playing a small pub area there for St. Patrick's Day, yeah. So went and visited with him and watched a couple of sets of his band. It was awesome. It sounded good, and guitar sounded really good. He was playing through his Marshall Origin head and a 212, I believe, was what his setup was there. So yeah, it was great to see him in person. Some of you guys, you know, you see each other, or I guess we hang out with each other online, but it's very rare that we're gonna see each other face to face. So it's nice to do that once in a while, which is kind of cool, because some of these events, you know, like Ben wants to put on this thing called Canuck-Con or something, and you know, things like NAMM and those things, or Sweetwater or Cosmo Music Fest, if a bunch of us show up at these events, it's nice now because, you know, we've got something in common. We kind of know each other, right? It's like, you know, it's kind of that way. So so that's kind of cool. I just want to see, test one. Yeah, so that's still, just wanted to check my headphones. I'm going to turn that off for a second. That was my amp. Sorry for if it was making extra sound there, because I'm not hearing it in here. Let's see. Gary Holt says, would love to see Brian play a Kramer, Pacer, or Beretta. Well, I would play one. I just got to find one. I've been to many music stores in the past year, and I've yet to see a Kramer on the shelf or on the rack or whatever on the wall. I see a lot of EVH guitars and Gibsons and all that stuff, but I think the new Kramer should be coming soon, so I'll definitely pick one up and try one. Hey, send me one, Gary. You can send me one. I'll try it out. What else? EVH Gear TV, Eric, how's it going? I know you got a show tonight. I think it's Walking Dead you're doing tonight, which is cool. That's one of my favorite shows, The Walking Dead. Me and my wife watch that every week. We watch it since season 1. Actually, season 1, she started watching it, and I wasn't into it at all. I didn't even give it a chance. I thought, zombies and all that crap. I'm not into that. So she would watch it, and I would do something else while she was watching it. And then after that first season ended, I had to get surgery on my shoulder, so I was off work for about, I guess, 4 months or something like that. And I had nothing to do, so I loaded up Netflix and I started watching it, and then I was hooked. I watched the first full season. I think I watched it all in a couple of days, and I was hooked on it. So I've been watching it ever since. I love that show. Let's see who else we've got in here. Mark Dillon, what's going on, man? Wicked Tone, thank you. I Rock the Blues. Nice to see ya. Ben Coombs, for a bass player, you're damn good. Jeez, thanks, man. Thank you, Ben. That's much appreciated. I'm still learning, still trying. I'm very focused on trying to get my style down. I'll talk about another thing that I picked up this weekend, which well, to me, actually, this weekend after I picked it up, made a huge difference in the feel of my playing and stuff. So I'll share that with you in a few minutes. Let's see. Brian Stewart, Todd Flowers. How's it going, Todd? Todd and Brian are in the house. And who else we have? BV Ninja, salut, salut. How's it going, BV? Ça va bien? Hopefully. Nocturnal, how's it going? I was listening to Nocturnal's show today. Then they started talking about needles, and that's where I that's a tough one. And then Quentin James posts something. I guess he went to get blood drawn or something today, and he posted something on Facebook, and one of the pictures, it was just a tray with needles in it, and I was like, oh my god, I can't do it. I can't do it. I know, I'm a wuss when it comes to that stuff. Let me tell you a story about my needles and my whole thing with that, right? Yeah, so I had to go and get back, I guess this was probably, I'd say late 90s or whatever. I had to go. I had a condition with my blood or whatever, so they needed to test it. They said they needed to test it every month, so that was kind of freaking me out, because I don't go to a doctor or anything unless I have to. And it's not the doctor part, it's just the needle part. And it's not because the needle hurts. It doesn't hurt me at all. It's just psychologically that something is going into my body. Like I can almost feel it in my brain that something is in there. It's not supposed to be in there. And if I move at all, like it can be just an IV or something that they put in my hand, and if my hand is just on the chair or whatever, and my hand moves and I feel that in there, that's it for me. I'm out. But anyway, here's a story about this. So I had to go and get blood drawn, and I was all freaking out about it or whatever, and I got myself right psyched up, and I went in. It was an early morning, probably around 9:30 or so, something like that in the morning. So I walked in the doctor's office, and the nurse in the waiting room or whatever said, you walk up for your appointment, says we'll be with you in a few minutes. So I sit down, and about 15 minutes passes, and then they call me in, right? So I go in and I let them know, I'm pretty freaked out about needles and everything. So they say no problem. So they get you all comfortable in a chair so you're not gonna fall or anything, and put my arm out, and then I was so psyched about it. I was like, this time I'm doing it and it's not gonna bother me at all, right? So they did it, and yeah, no, I got through it. I was like, wow, okay, that's awesome. She said, you feel good? Yeah, feel no problem, right? So they gave me some juice or something just to make sure, get a little sugar or something in you after you get your blood drawn, because I didn't eat. I think it was like over 12 hours before that, because you have to fast before getting the blood drawn. So anyway, they take the blood and everything's cool. So she said, okay, I'll just stay here for 10 minutes, and then once you drink your juice or whatever and you feel good, just go to the front and we'll book your next appointment and all that stuff. So no problem. So I go, get up, I'm cool, no problem. Walk up to the front desk where the reception area is, and I lean over the counter and she's there, Mr. Cote, you want to book your next appointment? She's going through the calendar. I'm going, yeah, no problem. And the next thing I remember, I'm on the ground in the reception area. The reception area is full of people waiting, to see the doctor. Well, I guess I just leaned on the counter like this, and I was out. Something happened. I just fainted right there in the room. And when I fell there was this little table there in the waiting room with the plants and stuff on it, right? I fell backwards, hit my head on that table, so I split my head. My head open, and the last thing I remember is the nurses or the receptionist is over top of me, hit me in the face and just, are you okay? You can wake up, wait. So I wake up, I'm in the middle of this room with all these people, I've got blood gushing from my anyway, what an experience. And I didn't want to, me who hates needles, now I got to go get stitched up and get a tetanus shot or whatever it is. What a day, man. So I've had a couple of episodes like that with needles. So needless to say, needles are not my friend. So I kind of stay away from them. So that's my little needle story. I hope that that doesn't freak anybody out. Let's see. I'm just gonna make sure I'm just getting down the chat. Oh, the chat just jumped. So sorry about that. Brian Stewart says, I'm afraid of needles, so shots are not a... Oh, I'm not afraid of needles, so shots aren't a big deal, but I'm afraid of pain, so no... See, and that's the thing. See, I've got huge tats on my arms, right? It's not... Like, when I went for a tat, I was like, well, it's needles, I'm kind of freaked out about that, maybe I shouldn't do it. And, but I sucked it up and went in to get the first one done. And I did feel a little bit faint at first when they started working on me, but then I was fine. And I think it's the fact that a tattoo is the needle goes in and out so fast, it doesn't stay in your body. Like, you don't feel it. Like, for me mentally, I don't feel something staying in there and drawing blood, let's say, or something like that. So I got through the whole tattoo thing no problem. After I got the first little one, then I got the full arm here and this one. I sat through all those and I was fine. It's just that sensation or that needle, because you're not seeing a syringe or anything like that. It's just like a gun, and it's doing its thing, right? And it's just really, really fast. Yeah, sometimes it feels like you feel heat or a little stinging, but it's not the same sensation as seeing a syringe and a big piece of steel or something come in and basically draw blood or something like that. So that's a different experience for me. So I was able to do the tats, which surprised a lot of people that know me, because everybody said, yeah, you're not going to get through that. There's no way in hell. Trash Metal's in the house. There he is. Jamal Kareem, what's going on? You still at the airport, buddy? I know you do a lot of work, and you're always working every time. I'm just trying to catch up here, guys. I think the chat jumped on me, so. Nocturnal says, we've been talking about getting everyone together. Yeah, Canuck Con, Music Fest, yeah, all that stuff is those places I guess we could meet, right? Helix Con, but other stuff would be included. Helix Con would be cool. Yeah, it just depends, right? It's everybody's got their own schedule and their own, everybody lives everywhere as far as locations and things like that. So it's hard to do stuff like that, but if we can make it happen. Colonel says, almost caught up to The Walking Dead, thank goodness. Yeah, I watched last night's episode. I won't give it away or anything. It's not that bad. Like this season's been kind of up and down for me. There's been some episodes that have been really, really good, and some that I've, so-so, but I still like it a lot. Hey everyone, not at work, but I'm driving. Okay, Jamal, well, drive safely. Brian Stewart says, I can't do zombies, but I am ready for the dragons to come back on. The dragons. I don't know what the dragons are. What show is that? We love the show, Eric says. Thrash metal. Have you heard the conspiracy behind Philip Taylor Kramer, bassist from Iron Butterfly? Besides, he has 2 guitars in his name. No, I haven't heard the conspiracy behind that. Nope, I'm aware of that. Todd Flowers, I think I said hi earlier. R2, what's going on, brother? Les Paul man now. How you liking that Les Paul there, R2? It's a nice guitar, right? It's the P90s are awesome. And I had that same guitar, and the only reason I got rid of it was because I got the Friedman Telly with the P90s, and it wasn't that the guitar didn't sound good or play nice, it's just it was super heavy for me anyway, so I wasn't playing it that much, and I was looking for another Telly anyway, so, and I had a couple of Les Pauls already, so I figured, hey, you know, here's an opportunity, and they gave me good money for it, so I decided to go ahead. I just need the one P90 guitar, but that Gibson Classic with P90s is an amazing guitar. And I think you got a killer deal on it too, right? Let's see. David Ennis, how's it going? I'm almost caught up here. You guys are just going nuts in the chat tonight. Tout va bien. BV Ninja says tout va bien. For those who don't understand French, that means all is good. Yeah, let's see. Did I miss anything? BV says, but you have tattoo. Yeah, I know. That's what everybody says. You can't do needles, but you've got tattoos. It's just a different experience. It's just I can't explain it. It's not even that the needle hurts. It's just mentally I can, as soon as that goes in, and if my body moves a little bit, I feel it in there. It's just forget it. I'm thinking about it now, and I'm like freaking out a bit. So let's change the subject from needles to something else. All right, I'm just gonna go down a little further here, and then I don't really have. I was going to do a demo of Easy Drummer and show you guys how I put my drum loops or drums together when I'm writing songs into my software and stuff. But I was testing it the other day. I think it was Friday night. I did a quick test, and what was happening was that I was hearing some weird sound, so I've got to figure out what's going on. I think it's the way I've got it routed into my mixer that, and I have to figure that out before I can do a proper demo on that. So I won't be doing that tonight, but we'll just, you know, do some other stuff tonight. I fear, R2 says, I fear nothing except breaking my guitar headstock. Yeah, I hear you. Let's see. The stream might be kind of up and down tonight, and my internet seems to be kind of freaking out a little bit, but it's okay. It says it's still okay, so let me know if anything goes wonky on your end. Okay. Janice says, never saw one episode. Oh, if you never saw an episode of Walking Dead, yeah, if you've never seen an episode, definitely, if you can, try to get the first season and watch it from the beginning, because that's how I got into it. I didn't think I would like it, but once I watched a few episodes from the first season, then I was pretty hooked on it. It's not about the zombies. There's a full story there, and that's what people, I think, don't understand. That they think, you know, they see the previews and the zombies, and that's what people talk about, but it's really not about that. It's about the whole story, about what they're going through and the stuff that happens more than anything. Let's see, let me bring down this chat a bit. Maybe I can see more of it. There we go. That'll help. R2 says, Les Paul is heavy, but I love the tone and the neck profile. I hear you, brother. And that neck profile is a 60s neck. if you ever get a chance, or to try the traditional. That's the one I've got back there, and it's got a little thicker neck. And I thought I wouldn't like it because of that, but I liked it a lot when I tried it, which is why I bought it. But I've been playing that thicker neck profile now for the last couple of weeks, even more than my standard, which is the same profile as your classic as far as the neck. And I like it a lot. I don't know, I'm starting to get used to that more now, because all my other guitars except my SG all have a thicker neck on it. So my Strat, my Friedman Telly, and the Sir Telly all have a thicker neck on them, and I've gotten used to them, so I kind of prefer them now, which is weird, but I guess that happens. Todd Flowers says, I watched Ride with Norman Reedus. Yeah, I watched the episode tonight. I don't know if you caught the one that played last night, but it was a really good one. They went to Nashville. So Norman Reedus is an actor on The Walking Dead. For those of you who don't know, he's very popular, and he's a motorcycle guy, and he has his own show called Ride with Norman, and he takes his bike out to all these different places, and he meets up with other people, other actors and musicians and stuff, and they have bikes as well, and they go and they ride at all these places and talk about, you know, some really cool stuff. And today it was all about Memphis and Nashville, and he was with Marilyn Manson actually as one of his guests there. So it was a really good episode, but I won't say anymore, you guys, if you didn't see it, and those who like it. Yeah, okay, let me get down here. Bam Aussie says, have you tried the PRS 594? Excellent quality vintage Les Paul style, so consistent that you just pick it out, that you can just pick the color and get a great one. I've tried a few of them actually, and yeah, they are really good. They are really good. Not that I have anything against the PRSs. I've owned 2 of them, or actually 3 of them, in the last year. It's just that I just prefer the Les Pauls more than the 594s, so I stick with those ones. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with the PRS 594. It's an amazing instrument, and the ones that I looked at, they were quite up there in price, to tell you the truth. The ones I had an S2, and I had a Zach Myers edition SE model and a CE24, CE24 is what I had. But I just prefer the Tellys and the Les Pauls and the Strats and the more traditional type of that guitar, so I stuck with that. I sold the PRSs that I had. EVH says, we lost internet here for a bit, freaked me out. Yeah, if you're going to be doing a show tonight, you better have internet, that's for sure. Yeah, trash metals, you cannot still watch just for laughs. I got like 50 of those. Yeah, just for laughs. Yeah, that's based out of Montreal, I think, or something. They've got some pretty good stuff on there sometimes. Bam Ozzy says, maybe an alternative for an R9 and something your partner could buy would surprise. Yeah, exactly. I guess if she bought me a PRS 594, they're pretty consistent, like you said, so not trying one would probably not, but I really want a Les Paul, like an R9 is really what I'm looking at. So Terry, how's it going, Terry? Nice to see you. Okay, just going through here. Let's see. Marco's Images, how's it going? Will Varela, how's it going? See a few people. Let's see. Eric says, speaking of The Walking Dead, I gotta jump off. Yeah, go do your post-production, man, or your pre-production, I should say. And Terry, what are you saying there? I'm not sure what that means, but I don't have any mods in here right now. I usually have Jason in here, but he's not here tonight, so let's see. Let's see. Okay, who's this? Barefoot Mode. I've never seen that name. Well, welcome. Hope you're into the show. There we go. That comment was it? Oh, no problem, Terry. No problem. Okay. So I don't really have a news story tonight. Like I said, I've been crazy busy this week, and today was a crazy day at work as well. Usually my Monday I kind of have some time to do some research and get some stuff for news. So I don't really have that today. So I just wanted to kind of do a show and just, you know, talk with you guys, kind of do a chat thing like we're doing now. One of the things I did pick up this weekend, and it's quite, I've never tried these, and they're freaking amazing. They're Dava picks. I know a lot of you guys know what these are, right? I don't know if I can. They're just like they've got a little bit of a rubber type of, I guess, coating on them a little bit, and then the pick itself is outside. They're called Dava picks. Man, I love these things, man. Like I've got quite a few picks, and I try different things all the time. But I guess I'm late to the game on this one because I was at Cosmo on Saturday. I was picking up a guitar strap and some other stuff, so I figured I'd walk around and look around a bit. And I saw these picks, and I said, oh, I'll try a pack, right? Man, I love these things. But I don't know how. The pack I bought are, like, they have different colors in them. Like there's a kind of a yellowish one and a red one. I like the red one a lot, and I don't, because I think the pack that I bought was a kind of a multi-pack. Like they didn't have a gauge on them. It said multi-gauge pack, so I just bought that, and I'm trying to see what the gauge is. I don't know if they go by, you guys might know in the chat, do they go by color, the Dava picks? Like if you buy the red ones, they're a certain thickness, and the yellow ones are like, the yellow one feels thinner than the red one, so that's what I'm assuming. But there's no, like, when I look at the pick itself, it doesn't say if it's a, you know, a 0.88 or 89 mil or whatever. But I really love these picks, so I'm going to try to find more. If I can find just packs of just this red one, whatever the size of this one is, that's what I would go for. But yeah, I guess I'm late to the game with that one, because I've heard people talk about them before, but I've never tried one. And I don't know, man, they feel really, really good when I play, and I feel more connected as far as, because sometimes I have a pick and, you know, it slides around a little bit and it's just not the same. But these ones are really cool. I thought I'd show you guys that. Tell me in the chat if you guys know how it works with these Dava picks, if they go by colors, like for the thickness, and you know what the actual millimeters are. Let me know, because I don't know. Yeah, good to see we've got more people joining tonight. Showman Blues, how's it going? Will Varela says, I see a lot of Les Pauls. What kind are they? Well, there's only two Les Pauls in here, and the one that's right here, I can show you this one. So that one there is a Les Paul, a 2018 Les Paul Traditional. And it's the Traditional is like non-weight relieved, but it's not heavy. Like I don't find it heavy at all. Maybe it's 8.5 pounds or something, maybe, if that. And it has I guess a thicker profile neck. It's like the 59 necks, and it really plays nice. I like the feel of this neck and everything, and I love, this is my favorite color of all the Les Pauls. This one and the Cherry Burst are the ones that I like the most. So when I saw this one, the color was the first thing that drew me to it, and then I saw it was a Traditional, and I heard it had different neck profiles and stuff, and then I tried it, and I really, really liked it. So it's a beautiful guitar. It's got burst buckers in them. It had traditional tuners on them. I don't know if you can, but I changed them to the Grover locking ones. You know, some people say, oh, you should leave the traditional ones on here because it's traditional. But I like having locking tuners on all my guitars. Just restringing makes it a lot easier. And the one I've got hanging up there is my standard. It's a 2016 standard, and it has a 60s profile neck, so it's a smaller neck than that one. So those are the only two that I have right now as far as Les Pauls. And I'm looking right now at trying to get a custom shop one. If I do get the custom shop, what I'm probably going to have to do is sell the standard. I think that's what's going to happen, because it's quite pricey. And even in the used market, I looked around a little bit on the used market, and I've only found a few that were like the lowest I saw was $4,800. So they're up there, and the new ones in the store, they're $7,000. Like, it's insane. I can't get a new one, so I'm trying to find a good deal on a really good condition used one. And I'm looking at 2013, 14, 15, 16, that range, because I'm probably not going to find any 2017s and 18s used, because those people who bought those have got them recently, unless somebody bought one and really needs the money and wants to get rid of it. I might find one that way. But yeah, but apparently the 2013s, 14s, 15s are really, really good as far as the custom shop stuff for the R9s. I asked on Pete Thorne's show yesterday about that, and he mentioned that as well. He said that was a, oh, I think my camera just going funky on me. Hold on. Let's see here. Oh, really? Let's see. Hold on. You guys should still hear me, but you probably can't see me. So let me try to get this going again. Turn that off. Turn that back on. See what happens here. There we go. Is that gonna work? What's going on? All right. I think I'm back. Let me know. It looks like I am, but let me just click on that once. I think a cable or something is loose on my camera. Weird. Let me focus back in here. Screen is locked. Really? There we go. This should be focused. All right. Anyway, you guys should still see me. I don't know what's going on with this camera thing. I should know, since I work with cameras all day. All right, let's go down a little bit. Marco's Images says he loves the chicken pics. Okay. I've never tried a chicken pic, but I've heard of them. Never tried one. And I'm not opposed to trying. Let me show this here. Brian Stewart just posted a link for Dava pics, so I'm going to check that out. TV, oh, BAM is SSR 10 tops was playing more. I prefer the more irregular striping. Okay. PRS makes some really nice guitars, no doubt about it. But I'm just partial to the Les Pauls and Tellys and things like that, so I kind of stick with that. What are you saying, Nocturnal? Wake up with them stuck to my arse, find them in the dryer. Is that the pics? Maybe she's talking pics. Let's see. Gravity 1.5 pics are my favorite, but they aren't cheap. Okay, 1.5 seems a little thick though for me. I'm used to like 88 to 90 mil, around there. That's what I kind of like. Bearded Dude says, yeah, R9s are stupid expensive. I hear you, brother. Terry says, our market for Kijiji is ridiculous for Les Pauls, period. Yeah. Yeah, I looked on Kijiji and I didn't see anything there under 5,500 for any custom shop stuff anyway. You can find a few standards maybe in, 2,800 area, but that's about as cheap as you're going to get for a Les Paul anyway. Oops, my video card is going bad. No, it's not my video card. It's my camera. I think I've got an HDMI cable that's kind of loose or something on the camera itself, and it's giving me an issue. But it seems to be back now, hopefully. Too burnt out. Yeah. I'm back. Yes. All right. Yeah, I might be buffering a little bit because my internet, like I said, tonight is a little wonky. We've got another 15 minutes, so we'll keep going here with if you guys got any questions or anything, we can keep chatting away, and I can play another song or whatever you guys want to do. Like I said, tonight I was really hoping to get the Easy Drummer set up so we could go through that and I could show you some stuff of how I write and how I put my drums together, and maybe give you guys some ideas of how you could do it on your end if you wanted to use that program. It's a really good program. If you haven't checked it out, audio to go into my mixer, because I was able to get it kind of, but it was making a weird sound, so it wouldn't have been that good quality. So I'll work on it this week and see if I can put it together for next week. Next week is what is it next week? Let me check the calendar here quickly, because I'm going to be in Vegas on next week, the 25th. I'll be doing my show, my regular show, at 7:30, and then I think starting April 1st, the show will go to 7 o'clock. Instead of 7:30, we'll do a 7 to 8 to accommodate for Ben's show as well. Be moving to Mondays, and then the following week I'm going to be in Vegas, so I will try to do a show from Vegas, or a few shows from Vegas, from the convention center or the hotel, whichever one. Let's see, what am I getting? Yeah, okay. So that's what we're gonna do. Try to punch LP vinyl record picks, 6-packs on eBay. Punch. Oh yeah, you could use a vinyl record, eh? And they punch the picks out of those. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Brian, co-chair of Dava Picks, doesn't mean anything. It's where you hold the pick that determines how flexible it is. Okay. Well, I do have a purple. There's a purple. This obviously, but this is a purple one. I got in a multi-pack, so if they're rare, I got one. Let's see. Let's see. The gravity picks are very stiff. They are for heavy pick sound metal. Okay. Brian, I just did a refresh browser and it's no longer okay. Well, I know my internet. I'm watching the stream too, and it's going from good to okay. So there could be some issues here. It's just some nights is good and sometimes it isn't. Lost them again. It says, yeah. So it's probably coming in and out. No problem, Ben. No problem. If I can help out in any way, I'll do that. R2 says, I got an excellent deal on my 2018 Gibson Les Paul. Yeah, I heard you did. I must go. Thanks so much, Brian. And Vegas, yes, take care. Chat soon. Yes, thanks, Nocturnal. I'll probably be on your show there. I'll check it out. Yeah, this stream is kind of going in and out. I don't know what is going on. I've only seen one. You've only seen one, what? A purple pick? This thing? Well, there you saw two, if that's what you're talking about. Trash says, don't worry, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas unless you get arrested and you're... Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Vegas is a crazy place. I want to go see, they've got sometimes Rock the Vault or something like that with they do a rock show, cover a lot of 80s and things like that. I saw it one year and it was really good. So if it's still playing this year, I think it is actually still playing at the Hard Rock. I'm trying to make my way over there to see that one night. Okay, cool. Looks like the stream should be okay. Looks good, sounds good now. Good. All right. So that's good. So yeah, that's about all I got this week. I didn't have anything major going on, but I've got a crazy... Outshined is the name of the song. So I don't know, I might risk it and see what happens. And if it says they take it down, they take it down. It is what it is. My hand, that just feels purple. Okay. All right. Well, this stream is still going, but I'm seeing all kinds of stuff going from good to bad to good to okay, and I don't know what's going on with the internet tonight. I think instead of doing an hour daylight savings time, they should save 30 minutes and leave it there. Danny Allen says, I think instead of doing the hour... Yeah, daylight savings, yeah. I hear you, brother. I currently use the gel tips and on the rock set. Rock set. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know. I'm going to try a bunch of different picks, but I think these ones are the ones that I'm going to stick with. These Dava picks were amazing. I don't know what it is, but I can do pinch harmonics very easy with them. I think it's just the way they're made for me. They fit me well. So I'm going to stick with that for a while. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else that happened this week. When I was at Cosmo, I did try some guitars. I tried a Friedman Cali. Never tried one of those. Very nice guitar. But it was a dual humbucker and a Floyd Rose on it. And yeah, it was nice, but I don't need another Friedman. I've got the Strat and the Telly Friedman, so the next one is a Les Paul of some sort, so hoping it's going to be the R9, but we'll have to wait and see if I can find one at a reasonable price that I can go with. BV says, Ben Coombs, I know, man, depends on the work situation. Oh, okay, so you're talking to Ben there. Trash Met, anyone else dig the Wiggles? No, I don't know anything about the Wiggles. I don't know. Yeah, and I was saying I went to see Hack on, what was it? Yesterday. He was playing an afternoon show at some bar here, not far from here, so that was fun. Dava picks, Brian Cote, they come in different styles, different tips. I used the gel tips and the rock Deerling tip picks. Yeah, I wish I had the freaking, I opened the pack and I left the tag or whatever, I left it on the counter and my wife threw it out. I wish I had it in front of me. I could tell you exactly what it said on the package. So it might be, all I remember, it said multi-gauge set, so I don't know what that means. Next time I go to the store, I'm going to have a look at they had different sets there, so maybe I can have a quick look at it. R2 says, rest in peace, Dick Dale. Yeah, I read that. I wasn't too familiar with him, but yeah, he was a big musician, right? So yeah, we're starting to lose a lot of our heroes and the people that we grew up listening to, and I guess it's just the way of the world, right? That's life. You only live so long. So take advantage of every day, folks. That's the way I live. I just live and let live, but I try to enjoy it as much as I can, and as long as you're not hurting anybody, that's the way to go. Don't get too bogged down with the little stuff, right? So why don't it's 8:21. Maybe I can do a quick track to finish off the show here, because at 8:30 we can get off of here. I've got this playlist, and it's well, it's not a playlist, it's I guess an album. Oh, the other thing I want to tell you guys is I have an Instagram account here, as you can see on my screen. It's Brian Cote Photo, and that's my photography Instagram. And I have a motorcycle one, so that one's photo 2 wheels. It's just motorcycle photography. But today I started a new one that's just dedicated to my music. So I'm going to try to separate the photography and the music part, because I am writing originals, and I plan to release original songs this year. So I kind of don't want to mix that with the photography world. So I started a new one. It's just Brian Cote _music, and I'll put it in the description if you're interested, and checking it out, and just, you know, following me on Instagram, because what I'll be doing on that site more often is I'll be posting more photos of guitars and guitar related stuff, but I'll also be posting short videos of, you know, if I'm jamming something, or if I'm writing a piece of music and I just want to put up a sample or things like that. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, just the music stuff, not the photography related stuff, it's just Brian Cote _music. And again, I'll put it in the description of the video here, and you can get that. If you guys want, you don't have to, but I'm just letting you guys know, because I'm trying to direct a lot of my, I guess, traffic that is geared for music there. And while my Facebook page is that's Facebook page is fine, it's just my personal profile, so I post a lot of stuff there too that's music related. But for Instagram, I wanted a dedicated account that was more guitar related. So if you're into that, check it out. And Ben says, my dad is a huge surf rock fan, grew up well. Oh yeah, so you probably know Dick Dale's music a lot more than I would. I grew up my dad was more Johnny Cash, the Eagles, Steppenwolf, that type of stuff. So that's what I grew up. Before I discovered Kiss, I was listening to more of that stuff, because that's what I had in the house, right? And then when I discovered Kiss, and let me show you. And I still have the first album I ever got as a kid, and it's right here. And I still have it today. This is Kiss Alive. Right? And I think I got this well, it was released in 75, I believe, right? Let me see here. 1975, yeah. So I got this in, like, I guess 77 or something. So I would have been 7 years old when I got this album, and then it was all over for me. I was all in for music, and I needed to get a guitar, and I needed to find out everything I could about rock music and everything. But before that time, my dad had, you know, like I said, he was big on the Eagles and Steppenwolf and CCR and Johnny Cash and all that stuff. So that's what we had in the house more than anything. And then one day, a buddy of mine, we were playing around and stuff, and his mom got him that album, and then we were all like, "Oh my God, what is this band?" And we got to figure it all that out. So that's how I got started in music, for me anyway. And I still have the album. I kept it all those years. It came with me everywhere. It's weird. I don't have a lot of stuff from my childhood that I've kept, but the Kiss albums, I have all my Kiss albums, and they're all, I think I've got every album and right up to Unmask, I believe, or I might have Lick It Up. I'm not sure, but I have all those albums, all the solo records, Dynasty, all that stuff. Let me see. Bam Ozzy says multi-gauge means that the picks are all multi-gauge, act like a range of gauge depending on how you hold them. Each pick is a okay. Oh, okay, good to know. Good to know. Thrash says I had Dad's old Sha Na Na LP by Steam. Yeah, Sha Na Na. I remember that band, you know, ba-ba. They didn't do that song, but they had that guy that had a really, really low voice or whatever it was. I remember that, seeing that on TV when I was a kid. We would watch it. I think that they had their own show called Sha Na Na, or what was the show? There was a show that they were always on. I believe it was, I don't know what it was called though. Let's go back. Brian Coteberry. Oh, thanks, Will. You like the room? That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I've built this room over the last, let's see, so I started building it in January 2018, so just about 14 months now I've been working at getting my room set up and getting the studio set up. And this room is upstairs in my house. Like I have a bungalow and I have a basement, and in the basement I have a photography studio. And I was thinking of building my whole music studio down there, but I ended up building it here in this kind of my office area. I might still do that. I don't know yet, but I'll have to figure that out. I kind of like it up here, but it is a little small now with all the equipment in here. So I may be changing it. I don't know yet. It's a lot of work to build the one downstairs, and then I have to figure out what I'm going to do photography wise. If I'm putting all this music stuff in there, I still need a place that I can do photography, so it would have to kind of be a multi-function room that I build down there. But you know, we'll figure that out. Let's see. Showman Blues says, yeah, very cool room, love that gray. Yeah, the gray is on the walls. I use that in my photography studio downstairs as well. It's called neutral gray. There's an actual color code for it, and it's really, I like it a lot. But it's more for lights and stuff. So it doesn't, if you're taking photos and things, and you have a flash going off in the room, it doesn't cast a color on your subject. So if you had red walls in here or something and the flash would go off, you would have a red kind of color tint to your pictures and stuff. So that's why I like these neutral gray walls and stuff. They're meant for that purpose, not to cast other colors. So when you're doing things like video and photo and stuff, this stuff is the best way to go. Or you could go all white, but I don't know, I prefer darker colors. R2 says, I grew up on Zeppelin, but we all had Kiss Alive double up. Yeah, it seems to be a standard, right? Kiss Alive. Brad, how's it going? Brad Egan, Sly and the Family Stone. Oh, okay. That's what you grew up with? I would have thought you grew up more with the Kiss stuff as well, because we were all in that same boat, right? And for those of you who don't know, Brad is an old buddy of mine. We grew up in the same little town in Grand Falls, New Brunswick. So we go way back. And Brad's a bass player and a musician himself. So that's cool. So Brad, don't forget, get yourself an amp and let's jam, man. Thrash Metal says, 77. I was running up and down the aisles at Star Wars. Yeah. And I did see the original Star Wars at the theater too. That was another whole thing for me. Star Wars was big in my life as well. Bowser, yeah, that's who we're talking about earlier, right? From Sha Na Na, Bowser. He had that well, I don't know how you I can't sing it, but you guys know what I mean. Let's see. Sha Na Na had their own show. Yeah, that's what I figured. I figured they did. Showman Blues says, Brian, don't think about it. You almost freaked out thinking about it. Yeah. BV says, if you build a studio, try not to have parallel walls. Very bad for sound. Well, this room here, if you notice that I've got, in all the corners, I've got these huge bass traps. So they kind of create, and all the walls themselves have some acoustic treatment on it, not a whole lot, but some, to kind of absorb some of that reflection and stuff. So so it's not that bad, not in here anyway. And downstairs it is more of a rectangular wall, which is a bigger room, but I would definitely coat the walls with some acoustic treatment if I was to build something downstairs, for sure. Ben says, great show, no matter what your ISP tries to do. Thanks, Ben. Thanks for jumping in. Much appreciated. All right. Brad says, Kiss as well as CCR. Yeah. You're working on getting an amp. You had to replace a car. Oh, okay. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, priorities, man. I hear you. One of the guys in Sha Na Na did a song, Shannon, that was a hit in the 70s about his dog dying. Really? Denny Allen. Huh, Okay. Didn't know that. Ben says bass traps do wonders. Yeah, and it really depends on how your room, the square edges on your rooms and stuff. And I'm trying to think, when I'm tracking guitars in here, a lot of times I'm going direct out of the helix or the aux going right in, so there's not like you're getting reflection because you're getting it direct into your interface. But I do have a 212 cab back there. I don't know if let me move this way. I don't know if you can see it back there. It's a Mesa 212 cab, and if I'm tracking and I want to use the cab and mic that, then obviously having this acoustic treatment and the bass traps in this room definitely helps, because I did start out before, like I put these acoustic treatments in here, trying to, you know, get good sound in here without it, and yeah, it wasn't that good. You get a lot of reflection and all that stuff like that, so they do make a big difference. All right, let me I think I'll finish off with the jam, and unless you guys have any other things you guys want to ask or talk about. Just post it in there, and if not, we can call it an evening. It was a nice Monday show. Obviously we didn't go over any gear other than picks. I love these picks, though. I'm gonna stick with these, and then probably, if I can do it next week, we'll go over the Easy Drummer program and we'll put together a quick song, you know, just kind of show you guys my process and how Easy Drummer works, and if that's something that interests you guys or whatever, then you could learn something from that, hopefully. And then the following week, like I said, I'll be in Vegas, but I'll definitely do a show or two from there, from the hotel, I'm sure. Well, unless the Wi-Fi is really bad, I don't know. You never know when you go to these hotels if it's going to be good or not. So let me grab my guitar. Let me do this here. Move that here. What do I need to do here? Okay. Okay. Again, this is the Les Paul 2018, and it's the traditional. And it's really cool. It's my favorite colored guitar in here. If you said, Brian, what's your favorite guitar in here? I've got a lot of favorite guitars, but as far as colors, this is the one. All right, there we go. Let's see if I turn that on. Let me just shut my mic for a second. That's that drop pedal. Oh great, there goes my camera again. Hold on just 1 second, folks. Really, you know what, I'm gonna switch to the other camera until I figure out what's going on with that one. Let me do this now. I'll probably have to do it sitting down because the angle's off. All right, can you guys, yeah, there we go. All right, let's do a quick jam and then we'll call it an evening. All right, folks? Let me just go to my playlist here. I have no idea what these tracks are because I just loaded it up tonight and I didn't have a chance to listen to them. So we're going to have to improvise on the go. What is going on with this cable? Come on. I'm telling you. The joys of technology. There we go. All right, so I can't see the chat if I'm turned the other way, so I'll try to come back to you guys as soon as I'm done this little jam thing here. Where's my mouse? Man, I'm having all kinds of issues tonight. Audio is clear, good. All right, let's see what this is about. See what that. try this one. Sorry, I wasn't digging that one. For some reason, the sound and the mix was kind of all over the place for my headphones. I don't know what it sounded like. Let's try this. All right. there you go. And that's all she wrote. Let me just remove this. All right, that, and that. Okay, so I'm gonna have to stay on this camera, I guess, because that camera here is giving me a hard time. I don't know what is going on. Maybe it has something to do with that. Let's see. See if it comes back. If it doesn't, no sweat. All right, folks. So that's it for tonight. I hope you guys had fun. Next week, we're going to do another 7:30 show. I'll try to get the Easy Drummer thing figured out and show you some of that stuff. And if not, then I'll figure something else that we can do next Monday. And yeah, that's it. So again, check out the new Instagram page that I just created today, which is briancote_music, is where I'll post a lot of the music stuff, guitar photos, little clips, music clips as I'm writing new things, and maybe put up some original stuff as I get through it as far as the recording parts. And that's it. Thanks again for joining me tonight. It was great to have you, and we'll talk to you next Monday. How's that? Rock on.